Welcome Transformers fans, my name is Composite EnerJoe and today I'll be bringing you my review of the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Deluxe Class Wheeljack. And here he is in his very spiky alt mode. Yup. And like most Beast Hunters figures, Wheeljack here is a very extensive retool of his Prime Robots in Disguise Deluxe Class version of himself. And yep, and it's pretty cool. And this alt mode is also based on the, what was it called? The Lancia New Stratos. It's a very heavily modified Lancia New Stratos. And I looked at the pictures, and you know what? It does have a vague resemblance to it. I can see it. And yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty cool. Can roll. Nice wheels, nice design, nice look. I actually really like this. Is a very, very cool vehicle mode. You can move these. I think can you lift these up? These little, I think these are called spines or something. You can actually move them around. They have like different effects. But nothing much. Like I said, it's a really cool car mode. That's pretty much it. Nothing much to really say about his vehicle mode. But let me get to his weapon, which is this thing. This is called the Falcon Spear. And if you look carefully here, this looks like a dragon, yeah. This was molded to resemble a dragon head, which is really cool, and this could be like the dragon's spine. Oh, and I actually never noticed, this kind of looks like the lower jaw of the dragon. So this is like the dragon's mouth. Pretty cool. And what this is, yeah, it's called the Falcon Spear because you can actually fold this out, and there is the whole spear weapon. Which in robot mode he can hold with both hands. But if you collapse it, you can have it be like some kind of club or maybe even a really big sword. If you're wondering what this is, it can actually fire. When you extend this... Oh, when it's folded up, you actually can't fire. So we have yet again another weapon that I never noticed has an actual safety feature. How strange that it's this line that has this sort of concept. You can't fire because you're supposed to pull back the red part, the red-orange bit, to launch this thing because it's a friction missile. It's a friction fire system. So if you fold this out and you fire, sorry, Wheeljack, and it fires this disc. Now this disc has no name, but as you can tell by this and this, you can open it. Now what I think this is either some kind of collar or essentially one big handcuff. Like some binds that he can shoot out to like I can imagine this being shot out and opened up in order to and it wraps around the neck of like a predacon so that he can capture them or something. That's how I see it. Even though this doesn't have an official name, this is just referred to as a disc. Then you just slide it back in there, and like I said, you just pull this back and come on. There we go. Fires. It's friction fire. So put this back in, and to store it in vehicle mode, fold it back up. You have this peg here, just put it here, and there you go. Not too bad, not too bad. Fairly compact, it doesn't add too much bulk to the vehicle mode. And you can turn it around. It won't fire, but you can turn it around. Well, you could fire it. You extend it, you can have this, but that looks a little bit too goofy. So that's it for the vehicle mode and the accessory. Oh, and I guess one other thing to mention, if you look carefully at the front of the vehicle, you see these two little pegs here. These are carried over from his Robots in Disguise Deluxe version. And if you happen to have that Wheeljack and his swords, you can peg those swords here in the same way that the original figure could also do. Thought that was pretty neat that they transferred that over. So yeah. So if you don't like this weapon and preferred classic the original figure's twin swords, you can give it to him and he can store the same exact way. So that's enough about the vehicle mode and the accessory. Let's get on to transformation. Now Wheeljack here is a bit involved. I'm not gonna lie, it was tricky at first to get his transformation down. Where do I start? I think you're supposed to separate here. Is it? How was this? Oh, here we go. Separate here. Separate there. And you come here and you just fold this back. Might as well take care of the legs first. Legs are pretty interesting. You're supposed to fold. Hold on. what was this? Oh, I see it. You have to come down here. Yep. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty tight in there because of this thing. It's pretty tight. So fold it like that and slide this up. Slide it up and fold it back. And then you fold that down so it'll look like this. Same thing here. There we go. You hear a really nice snap. Not breaking it, that's just how it is. And fold this up, then back. And fold the foot out. And there you have his legs. As I said, legs very unique in transforming them. And you have these spikes here that you can fold out and that can move out. So then we get to this part. Come up here, just open it up. And these sort of accordion in, you just pull them out, pull them apart. And then you lift this up like that. Then you bring this down. Oh, for this part, it'll be like pegged in here. Like that. So just, there we go. Make sure you just be careful here because these might snap off or something. Then you come here. You bring this down. Like, is that how it is? Yeah, this entire thing is on one piece. You bring it down, which kind of reveals his awesome looking head. And then it can peg into here. Put it there. Then you just adjust a bit. Bring up. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's right. Before you do that, you have to bring these up so that they line up because there's two more pegs here that go into there to keep the arms straightened out. There we go. And I got both of them. You do it correctly, then the arms stay in place. And then what I like to do, fold this to have them be like that. These wings part, like if you really want to, these do lift up if I remember correctly. Don't they? Like, these should lift up and then you can like have the wings spread apart. I guess not. But these can move around so you can work with them. I think I like to separate them a bit just to give them a sort of a cape look. So yeah, come up here, rotate that out like so. Then you come in here, you lift this part up a bit. Come on. This is supposed to lift up. Ah, come on. What did you want? I'll try it on this side. Back to that one. There we go. This entire thing lifts up. You rotate and then fold out his hand. That's it for that arm. So let's get to this one. There we go. Fold it around. Push back in. Just push it back in and fold out the arm, and that's it. That's Wheeljack in his robot mode. And it's really cool. Like I said, the transformation's a bit more involved than I think it needs to, but it's doable after a couple of practice. Oh, there we go. Yeah, these pieces can lift up. You can pop them up to give more room for his cape or cloak or whatever you want to call this for these wings here. Oh, nice detail here on the spine. It's kind of cool, but a bit unnecessary. So yeah. There we go. Now, in terms of articulation, he's got it. But I think all of these extra kibble here, all of these extra details kind of get in the way of it. But yeah, he's got a baldrian at the head. Also, let's check out that head. This head is very, very show accurate because it has his battle mask. I think the only thing that's not really accurate are the colors here, these gold parts, and what looks like fangs here on his jaw. But outside of that, this is a very, very accurate representation of his show head with his battle mask on. So let's see, the wings, these can move around, you know, they can move there, up and down, lift up. It'll stay into place when it's lifted up. These can fold like that, swivel around, same thing there, nothing too special. I will note that these two do look completely different. That's just how it is. So then for the rest of articulation, he's got not a ball. Yeah, he has a ball joint and a swivel here. He has like a hinge and a ball. He has a hinge there, a hinge here. No rotation. His hand, however, can rotate. I believe it might be on a ball joint. Yeah, the hand is on a ball joint, plus it's got a little bit of in and out. The legs are on ball joints. Ball joints can rotate there and can do a very nice kick. And has an okay knee, plus the foot is on a ball joint, so it can pivot and rotate. So yeah, he's got pretty decent articulation. Well, it looks pretty cool having a cross like that, like this. So yeah, he's got pretty decent articulation. And let's get on to his accessory, which is this thing, which he can just hold. Well, once again, in the same spot in vehicle mode, you can store it like that. You can store it like that. And he can obviously hold it. You just put it into his hand. Bit of tight, you gotta like finagle a little bit so he has the weapon one-handed. But then when you fold it out, let's switch it here. He can hold it with both hands. And there we go. And now he's ready to hunt some predacons with his falcon spear. I don't know why they call it a falcon spear. There's a dragon on it. It's kind of weird with these falcon names. This is like the 5th one I think I've seen that has like bird unrelated names. I wonder why. When a lot of these predacons look more like dragons. I think they all look like dragons except for like one or two. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's a Wheeljack, and he's pretty cool. I do recommend him. He's got nice articulation, although the extra bit. He's got a cool design. His weapon's pretty unique and pretty interesting. Although I think I'm a little bit more partial to his original figure's twin swords. I do like this weapon. I think it is a pretty cool weapon that could fit him. It could suit him. And the wings are... Honestly, I kind of wish they weren't there, because they kind of get in the way when moving his arms, because because of these large shoulders, they bump into it. So you have to like work with that. I do really like that they did give him the battle mask for this version, because the original figure didn't have him with his battle mask, just had him with his regular face, which is still not bad. But I always like when they have their masks on. I think it adds to the cool factor. And what else? This version of Wheeljack, this Beast Hunter's version of Wheeljack, did not get any repaints. It's basically exclusive to this figure. There is a Japanese version, but I don't like mentioning that. I don't see there being a point in mentioning the Japanese versions. They're the same figure with like slight repaints, slight tweaks here and there, but nothing special. The original figure, on the other hand, has like maybe 3 or 4 repaints, and like it has like 3 or 4 repaints / retools. But this particular figure has none. It's just Wheeljack. Beast Hunter's Wheeljack. What else? That's pretty much it. I like the figure. I recommend it. Like, the only gripe that I have is that I feel that his transformation is a bit more complicated than it needs to be. It's cool, it's interesting, but I think it's a little harder than it should be. And that's about it. Yeah, I like the figure, highly recommend it. And yeah, that's it. So this has been my review of the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Deluxe Class Wheeljack. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.